Hi everyone, Mitch from SportsChatPlace.com, and it is Friday. Oh, I see the issue. I see what's going on here. All right, those of you on Facebook, I'm going to redo this. Anyways, while we're waiting for everybody on the Facebook Live, of course, we are here 7 days a week, 365 days a year, 3 at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Of course, we're live on YouTube Live and Facebook Live. If you're at the site looking for the dog of the day, you just go right up here. There's a menu, and there's 3 lines, and you can see all the videos that we've done recently. Up in that, of course, if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the notifications button, which is a little bell in the upper corner. It can it will notify you when we go live. So it's Friday, beginning of the weekend, and full slate of baseball. I should have worn my Cubs suck shirt, right? You guys know it's crosstown rivalry day. Oh shit, I did it again. But of course, those of you that joined us a couple seconds late, I'm having trouble here with the Facebook broadcast. There we go. And we should be ready to go with those guys in just a second. Sorry to those of you watching on YouTube. Of course, we are here 365 days a week, 7 days a year. Hi, everyone. Joining us on the Facebook page. And people already talking over on YouTube about the pick of death. Yesterday, the Yankees seemed to be the most popular choice. And sure enough, you know, they're losing the whole game. They come back, tie the game, and it was just brutal. Hello, Juan. Welcome to the show. Yep, the Braves did come through. Both of those were premium picks for me, so it's like I'm with you guys on the on most of these lock of death. So it's like, man, someone comes in. That's why like people used to come in and say, "Oh, this guy's a lock." I used to ban them immediately, and everybody knows that. But as of January 1st this year, my New Year's resolution: kinder, gentler, Mitch, and I've been doing it. So I haven't been banning the people that have said. This is a lock. Instead, we change it to the lock of death. And so far, it is playing true to form as picks that look like stone cold locks ending up on the losing side. Now, the lava's on a different island, but I'll tell you what, I saw some smoke yesterday that looked very, very scary. Definitely a little bit concerned with it. So now that I've done the Facebook and got that one right, what happened with the Facebook this morning was the camera was using my computer camera. As opposed to the auxiliary camera, which has better picture and better sound. Of course, I said I was going to fix the YouTube sound, but I haven't done that yet, but I'll do it. We'll start doing that shortly. Of course, I got a different Grateful Dead shirt on today. So I know a lot of people always comment on my t-shirts. So I try and mix them up. Stantino saying going on the opposite side of what people call locks. That's why we call it the lock of death. I don't think you actually die, but it's like, man, you kind of you wonder what happened. But that's why we call the lock, when people say lock, the lock of death. Yeah, I've definitely been watching the news on the lava. We have a dormant volcano here in Hawaii, in Maui, called Haleakala, and it's right outside my house. It's from this side. You guys have seen the ocean. We'll have to do a day special pick or something, and I'll show you guys Haleakala. It's, I mean, we are right in the business end if that thing starts going off, and so I called my homeowner's insurance company. And I said, hey, am I protected against lava if this volcano goes off? And my representative there, super nice, she said, believe it or not, we get this question all the time. She's like, even before all this stuff happened, she said, we get this question all the time. And here's the way that it works. There's not a homeowner's insurance company out there that offers lava insurance. It's just not something that's offered. It's not something that's common. But here's the good part of the story, right? Here's the good part. It usually gets so hot when the lava's flowing towards your house that it burns to the ground first. So you're covered under fire. I mean, generally, I know you guys have seen my house. You've seen, we've walked around my property. We've done, everything. You guys have seen my views and everything like that. You guys have seen my surfboard collection. You've seen everything. My car, truck. I hide nothing. But Harveys do. Yeah, due to get shelled, right? Yeah. So you guys know that the big value of my house is in the land and the view, not in the actual structure. So I would pretty much take a huge beating if that happened. But anyways, got Major League Baseball today. Thomas McLaughlin is protected from volcanic eruption in Florida. Yeah, but the Hurricanes have not been super kind over there. Got a lot of Matt Harvey fans over here on YouTube, and we also have the Cubs coming in as a lock. Kevin Baskin, the lock of death. Chicago Cubs. You guys know what I think about Cubs. The Cubs suck. I hate the Cubs so much. What a joke of an organization. The most pathetic organization, piece of crap in all of sports. Cancer for those of us who love sports and loves betting on sports. The Cubs are a cancer. They're a joke. What a pathetic piece of crap organization from top to bottom. Yeah, the Panhandle gets hit too. Just like Louisiana always seems to get belted there. Yeah, Tyler Chatwood's pitching. So the most pitches that the most innings that Tyler Chatwood has never pitched more than 160 innings in a season. Okay, so here's a guy that gets worn down. Those of you guys that are premium members, and yesterday I gave out a consensus pick on the show, and it was the Twins. But the thing is, those of you that are premium members, you know that there was one person on the Angels when we gave out the consensus. That was me. And I said in my consensus, I said in my premium pick that Barrios is a guy that wears down. And we've seen it every season that his first start of the season is always his best. And then as he goes on, his numbers get worse and worse and worse. He still hasn't shaken that off 3 years in now. I thought by now he would shake it in. Yeah, Skills, we gave out the over in that game as a premium plus pick yesterday. It was my top play of the day. It was the over in the Royals Orioles game. So nice pick, but we've seen it all before. I don't bet golf. I used to bet when I played golf. I guess I could get back into betting on golf. Baseball gets slow this season. Yeah, I hate the Cubs, and I can't stand them. Anyways, let's get to a free pick today. I'm going to take the White Sox over the Cubs. I hate. Why? Spite alone. Okay. You guys know on this show, I try and win every single game. Generally, there's some strong analysis here, and a lot, I I do it. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to take the White Sox here on spite alone. I think Fulmer's actually a better pitcher than Chatwood, and the White Sox always seem to get up to playing the Cubs anyway. So I'm going to take the Cubs because I'm going to take the White Sox because I hate the Cubs' guts. And that's going to be my first pick for today's show. I don't care if people are going to criticize me. Oh, you're a bad handicapper. Because you know what? I give out 16,000 free picks a year. If I want to give out one on spite alone, I'm going to do it. I'm giving out the White Sox. My reason? Spite. Joe Roberts says I should give out more hockey picks because they're winners. It's true. I agree with you. The thing about hockey is that, when it comes to handicapping, I have a general formula that I use. And it works on every sport. I have a general formula. And I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you what my general formula is. I got nothing to hide. I don't really care. I have a good life, and you guys have been have put me there. So by telling you guys the gist of my formula, the basics of it, of course, not how I get there, but by telling you guys my formula, I don't really care. I want you guys to win. I always start with defense. It doesn't matter the sport. The team with the better defense usually wins. Most of the guys in every sport can play offense. Almost every guy in Major League Baseball, except for Brandon Crawford, can really hit. And even Crawford's come around, right, with the bat. But I mean, look at his glove, right? Gold Glover every single year. Manny Machado. I mean, how many runs does this? I mean, we see Machado strike out with the bases loaded. We see him ground into the double plays. We see all this stuff, and we hear how critical people are of him, especially the fantasy players. See, but the reality of it is that his defense saves 50 runs a year or more. So I always start with defense. College hoops, it definitely works. NBA, it definitely works. NFL, college football, it definitely works. Start with defense. A good defense will take care of a bad offense any day of the week. You see it in football. So here's an example. Okay, here's an example of it in football where it works like a charm. And, we can go into depth every single game and see how this plays out. And, yeah, sometimes you get a Chip Kelly and the Oregon Ducks that, just score like crazy. And, they have no defense. And, their defense is good enough, is what it is. That's rare. It's so rare. But what we more likely see is the dominant teams, the great of the great teams, the best of the best teams. Okay, Alabama, the A.J. McCarron Alabama team, okay, that routed, two national championships, right? Maybe three. A.J. McCarron, when you look at his stats, they were generic at best. Why was that? Because he always started right around the 50-yard line. You give your offense a short field. You don't need to do much on offense to get it done. Solid running game, complete a couple passes. You got all-American wide receivers, right? That's all it takes. Monty's saying the same thing, how Jacksonville Jaguars did it this year. How did they protect Blake Bortles from destroying their season? Because he didn't have to throw long passes downfield. He's on a short field, defense, running game, right? Leonard Fournette added that running angle. They played solid defense. Look what they did to the Steelers twice, So it always starts with defense. In baseball, you have good defense. That's why starting pitching is always, who are the highest paid guys, right? Outside of quarterbacks in football, it's guys that can play man coverage, cornerbacks. Because they can protect that long strike. Everything else, you bottle them up, you put them on a short field, and even Blake Bortles can get you to the championship game. Same thing in baseball. Starting pitchers, you have a guy that can keep the score low. the Giants won, what, 3 World Series? They never had a breakout offense, right? It was always the big pitchers on the Lincecum, Baumgartner. They had the guy that they paid so much money to, Matt Cain, right? They had these guys. But they also had stellar defense in the field. So if you score 1 or 2 runs and you don't give up any, you're going to win. If you only need to score 2 runs a game in baseball, you're probably going to do pretty good. So, I mean, it all starts with defense. So look for the team that's better defense, and then you move from there. And in a lot of cases, because of fantasy sports and because of ESPN, who we love, right? We love ESPN. We don't watch it, but we love it. And we watch it when there's games on. But the reason why we love it is because they only show 95% of the statistics, or 95% of the highlights that they show, maybe even 98% of the highlights that they show, are offensive. So that's all people are watching, are offensive highlights. So the big defensive plays, we watch the games, we see them, we know who plays defense, right? Did you see the Villanova defense in college hoops this year? All those points that they scored, those run-out threes, it all started on the defensive side of the court. So how do I do it? I start with defense first, and I always do, because that's what people say. So no, I don't like the Cubs under. That's for damn sure. Both those pitchers are, they can get racked. Either of those guys can get racked at any given moment. I mean, either of those teams could score on the over for that game. But I like the White Sox, and I took them on spite alone. Let's get to another pick. We'll do some real handicapping here. I love the Tampa Bay Lightning against the Washington Capitals, and I know it's minus 175, but like you guys said, my hockey picks have been spot on. I just like the way the Lightning are playing. I think they're going to the finals. I think it all starts tonight. I don't think they sweep, but I think it starts tonight. So I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Lightning. That'll be our second pick of today's show. Boy, the shows have gotten, I tell you, it's a lot more fun for me when we get into these fun discussions. Of course, these shows are always 100% free. All we ask is that you hit the like button, like and follow our page, like and share on Facebook. Subscribe to our page over on YouTube. It helps us. It also sends a message to our competition that we're there and that we're getting subscribers, so they should care. let them worry about us a little bit. We don't worry too much about them, that's for sure. But anyways, our last pick, or our third pick, maybe I'll even do an extra, but our third pick is something that I started doing yesterday. It was a loser, so we'll do it again today. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to the consensus report. Of course, the consensus report, the way the consensus works is that if more than 3 handicappers have made a pick on a game over at sportschatexperts.com, then the game goes to on the consensus report. It will tell you how many handicappers are on each side of each game, whether it be a total, run line, money line, if it's, NFL or NBA, the points, however, the game is bet. But it will tell you how many handicappers are on each side. So I'm going to go to today's consensus report and just pick out a game. Yesterday, it was weird because it was 4-1 when we did it. The Twins were 4 and the Angels were 1. I was the 1 in the premiere, but I still gave it out on the show as the Twins. Oh, man. So here's one. There's a bunch of consensus today. There's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the baseball games have a consensus pick on them. 8 of them, which is a lot. So one of the ones that has a consensus here is Pittsburgh Pirates 3 Three handicappers on the Pirates, just one on the Giants. So our last pick will come from the consensus report, and it is the Pittsburgh Pirates. I do not have a premium pick on that game. I will clarify it by saying that. I don't have a premium pick on the game, but three handicappers are on the Pirates, one on the Giants. Of course, you can get our consensus report over at sportschatexperts.com. You can use the discount codes that I give out. You can get the consensus report. It's our lowest priced item that we have, but it has the most value. I think the cool thing about the consensus, and personally, I do my own handicapping, but the way a lot of people use the consensus is they do their own handicapping, and then they take a look at the consensus report and see where they fall, just to see if they're in agreement with some of these guys. But as some people bet against it, which probably is, the way the lock of death is going, it seems to be a pretty good way to go. So, anyways, that's 3 picks for today. What the hell? Let's give out a bonus pick. Let's see. Give out. Let's go with the total play. The totals have been pretty good here too, I know. I like the under 11.5 in the Rockies-Brewers game. Bettis and Woodruff, both pretty decent. So I like the under there. I'll take the under in the Rockies-Brewers game. That'll be our 4th pick for today's show. Anyways, have a great day, everyone. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks for joining me. I know you guys have a lot of choices when it comes to handicapping and live shows and video and all that other good stuff. I'm just glad that we're part of the rotation. Have a great day.